Hello. So this evening I am doing an ancestral working, and I thought, why not go live and share this with your audience who was interested in this type of work? And I can talk about ancestor work while I do this task. So recently I acquired this lovely frame from a thrift store in the area. And I'm intending to put some photographs in this of my ancestors as I work on setting up a new space for them in my home. I don't know, I don't think I shared this. Maybe I did, but I'd had a dream a couple months prior where they came to me, specifically my father's line, especially wanting me to set up my space. So I've been dragging my feet on it, asking them for time, for forgiveness, all of that while I get myself together. Because it's hard out here, But yeah, I'm going to go through the pictures I have of my family that are kind of loose, as I call it, and see what will work for this as I look at setting up my space. Now, when you work with any kind of spirits, working with the ancestors, if you've done any type of spirit work prior, you can think of it in similar ways. You are going to be interacting with them the same way you would any other spirit. So try to approach it in that way. If you're very by the book, if you write petitions, if you pray, if you set up altar spaces with like images of whatever spirit or sigils or any type of sympathetic items as well. And by that, I mean any items that would be associated with the spirit itself. You want to do this with your ancestor altar as well. So when you think about this, you think about your dead, granny. What was her favorite candy? What reminds you of her? Did she smoke? These are the kind of things you can leave as offerings, because you will also be leaving them offerings, okay? It's important to leave them offerings, especially food, if you want them to manifest. The other thing of this is as well, please, when you make food especially, give them some. It doesn't matter what it is, but when you actually take the time to cook yourself a meal, it's not too much to scoop out a little bit for your dead. Okay. Another thing I recommend doing is getting fake money, paper money, and whatever denomination, or you can even get money for the ancestors, specifically ancestral working money. Many bodegas sell this. Even if there's a Chinatown, let's say in your area, they often will have shops that sell ancestral money that you can purchase to burn for your ancestors. So you want to give lights, so you want to have the elements present, which means earth means food, fire. You'll want to offer them drinks, if someone in your family, liked a certain type of alcohol, you could leave that. If someone drank beer, you could leave them their favorite beer, or their favorite soda. It doesn't matter. Tea, you may want to sit and have tea with your dead aunt. This is the space in your home which you will do this. So, yeah, let's go through these pictures. And it's important when you set this up, don't put anybody that's alive on it. Even if the image does have a deceased relative in it, you want to keep it kind of, for people who are crossed over. So I have some wonderful pictures of my grandma, who I'm actually named after. I'm actually named after both of my grandmothers. I'm very blessed that way. But yeah, this is my grandmother, Terry, as a little girl. Look at her little bassinet and her big hat. I think I get a lot of my style from her. She was a very stylish woman, very, very fine. And actually, this is her on her wedding day to my grandfather, Chuck, who is still with us. But yeah, she was something else. Yeah, this is an ancestor of mine, Artillo Tazi. And he will be going on this. This is my grandmother Anne. This is unfortunately after she began to suffer from Alzheimer's. So yeah, she does have a bit of a lost look in this. I never really got to know her, unfortunately. This is my Uncle Mark, who has also passed away. He's been a good ancestor to me. All right, this one is pretty nice. There are some of my living relatives in it, but maybe I should cut the image because or like crop it, because this is my grandfather Fred and my grandmother Anne. So I'll be putting them on here. And you know what? I think it might even fit where, yeah. This guy's going on there. This is my father. So he'll be on there. This one, my Uncle Clay is still alive, so this will not be going on there, but this is an image I have of my grandfather, Larry, or Lawrence. Okay. Let's see. That's me, that's me, that's me. Oh, this is a little image of my grandmother. Oh, it's a little bit bent. Yeah, this is a photograph I have of her as a baby. I don't know about these little baby images. I feel like I should do something else because I have these very precious images of her as a girl, and I think maybe I should do a little thing that's separate for her specifically. I think that would be good. Like a family album kind of thing. Have kind of a page for her. Oh, you're gonna love this. This is me in kindergarten, y'all. Fabulous. Oh. Yeah, here we go. Here's some more childhood photos of my grandmother, Terry. Oh, here she is with a cat and my Aunt Meg, who has also passed away. So this would be acceptable to put on this board here since everyone in it is deceased. But, I think this image, I think I still might want to save this and make it separate. But this is nice. I'm kind of organizing my images a little bit better. I have a lot of pictures of me as a child here. And you're not going to see most of them, so. But yeah, I'm working with ancestors. So you may ask yourself, why do I want to work with my ancestors? Well, I think it's about getting to know yourself better in a way. I mean, your ancestors are who you came from. They are your line. I'll share this image with you. Nobody's in it, but it's a picture of the train going along the Turnagain Arm in Alaska. I don't know who captured this image. I think it must have been my grandmother or grandfather. I think that's the Turnagain Arm. It looks like it would be. I don't know, but the Alaskan Railroad is vast. Oh, that is sweet. Um, anyhow, it's about, knowing where you came from helps you know where you were going in life. And in some ways, it helps you put your story together and understand yourself. And it's a way to honor yourself, I think, too. I do this, I do this for me. Like, I sit and do this work for me. Oh, my daddy as a baby. Oh my God. There's a little hole in this picture. It's such a shame. And it's so cute. It's so, so freaking cute. My grandmother, my Uncle Clay, and my father. My father's a little baby in that. This is a postcard. Oh, whoa. Holy heck. This is so interesting. This person wrote to me from Postcard X. I used to be on that website years ago where you just put up your profile and your address and people would send you postcards. This one is from Portland, where I ended up. How interesting. Maybe this is part of why I became interested in living here. That's sweet. Yesterday I went to Goodwill so this is August 19th, 2004. Yesterday I went to Goodwill on a mission to find a filing cabinet. I really need a filing cabinet so I can get rid of all the randomly organized throughout the second bedroom of my apartment. However, the prospect of purchasing an $80 cabinet that will sit in the corner of a room is not very appealing, hence the trip to Goodwill. Unfortunately, they didn't have any filing cabinets, but they did have a huge bin of postcards. So I chose some, and I am sending happy mail greetings your way, Heart, Kale. I don't know if I ever wrote this individual back, but it's funny, I did live on the street, this individual. Like, I lived on the same street in the same neighborhood as this individual later. Many years later. Very interesting. It's interesting what we have hidden away that we hold on to. So yeah, I don't know. I'm not finding much here that I want to put on here. Oh God. Oh God. It's my auntie. Oh God. Okay, here's a much nicer image of my grandparents on their wedding day. This is very sweet. This is Terry and Chuck. I love that picture. And actually, here's my grandmother as well. This is a color photo of her. It's a Polaroid. I don't know when it was taken, but her hair's still pretty dark in it. She always had the most fabulous glasses. I remember looking at photos of her, thinking they were so cool. Yeah, she's pretty stylish. I shared this on Instagram before, but this is my father's display wall at Tundra Arts and Gifts. It was known as Arts and Crafts, later became Arts and Gifts. These were the dream catchers he made. And I don't have any. Maybe I should put this on here. I think so. I think the spirit wheel. I mean, they weren't really dream catchers. He referred to them as spirit wheels. So he saw them more as a a vessel of spirit work. They were very powerful things. I wish my father could have developed that a bit more. You know, he was very spiritual, but I think he wasn't even aware of it, you know, or maybe he was so aware of it, but the kind of things he created and the ways he was. I mean, look, he created me, right? Along with my mother. So they must have been very, very amazing. Wait, I just was looking through these. Or I just feel like maybe I have a lot of duplicates, or these were in my hand. So yeah, I think that'll go up there. Oh, it's my old coworker, Jolene. Well, anyway, so yeah, let's look at maybe putting this together a little bit. As with anything, like, what do your relatives want from you most of the time? They want attention, they want time, they want recognition. But really, they want you to spend some quality time with them. So see ancestral work as that, you know, try to keep your understanding to that they need you. They need your help. So yeah, I think we'll put that in there like that. How does that look? Yeah, maybe not that side then. So maybe this picture will go on this side. Or down here. Does that work? No, no. How about here? Does it work here? Yes, it does. Yes, it does. We found the winner. And Papa, would you like to be up here? Okay. Oh, that looks good. Oh, it looks so good. Chilotazzy. We want her looking. Okay. Oh, lovely. Was that it? Was that all I had? That can't be all I have. Come on. Wait, yeah, what happened to the picture of Mark? I wanted Mark on here. Oh my gosh, I didn't even, it's like I had them sorted and then I didn't. Oh. Oh, damn it. So you have to be mindful about how you're arranging them, and it's okay. So that looks pretty good. Grandma Terry with the snowman, is that a good one? Oh, it has 222 on it. Oh no, it says father. Father. Who's father? A mystery. It says father on it, but I don't know who's. I thought this was just Grandma Terry, but now I don't know. If it's her father, that's quite old. She was born in the 30s. And would this image, have been, they did have images that clear at that time, but it's quite it's not like, I don't know. Should I put it on? Should it go on here? Yes. So yeah. Okay. Yeah, okay. And I need one of Grandma Terry, right? That's who needs to be on here as well. Maybe this Polaroid that I showed you all would be nice. I love Polaroids. Oh, I was so upset when they stopped making Polaroid film. When they made that announcement, because I was a nerd for it. Here's like, for example, I was really into taking like Polaroid when I was a teenager. It was an extravagant way I spent the money that I worked my butt off for, but it is what it is. Anyway, yeah, I love that it captures something. I don't know who this individual is in this image with Grandma. Okay, yeah. Oh, goodness. Well, this is her. Well, it's sitting here, but yeah, I don't know. And this is a lovely photograph of her. She's got her hair up in braids. This is her as a child. Isn't that lovely? It's wonderful to think of her as a child. It's interesting. She also had rats. She had them as pets when she was a child. I didn't have them until I was an adult. But yeah, we had some fun conversation about how wonderful rats are as pets. They're just lovely. Anybody who's ever actually fell in love with a rat knows what I mean. They're just so sweet and so earnest and so funny and what's not to love about them, really? Their personality, they have character. That's what I'll say about rats. They have character. That's important in an animal, that it have personality, and they really do have very distinct personalities, and a lot of them are very sweet, very loving animals. Every now and then they have these stories come out about rats, and I think, I'd read something years ago as well about how rats are utilized in testing not only because they are, easy to repopulate, but because their behavior patterns are similar to humans. They have empathy, they, have complex social relationships. So how they're affected kind of tells you a lot about how humans will be affected. This is not in any way an endorsement of testing on rats for any reason. because why would you do that? So anyhow, you hear these like stories come out about studies that they do on rats, and how there was one study they found that rats would rather starve than inflict harm on another rat. There was some tests that was set up where the rats were given treats, but every time they got a treat, the rat next to them would get shocked or hurt. And they were able to make the correlation that when they got a treat, it was hurting the other rat. And they actually, the majority of them would not continue to eat because they knew it would inflict harm on the other animal. I mean, and people think they're, disgusting vermin. And, they do things at times that can be troubling, and when there's an infestation of them, it can be very troubling indeed. So I understand that. That's not something you want to deal with. But as individuals, they have a lot of character and a lot of heart, and they're very sweet. So I just want to put that out there. And it's just wonderful to know that my grandmother also had them as pets and also was able to see that. I've never met a person who loved rats that wasn't decent inside, that didn't have, some good quality to them. Because if you can love an animal that other people hate and despise, it says something. Ugh, I hate. There are some funny pictures of me as a child that I have that are just, every time I see them, they're something else. This photo I want to have out. Okay, I need to sort these, right? Because like I said, the next goal is to put certain photos in an alignment. So I want these ones to be organized better. And these ones are friends and associates. And this is of me. But yes, so family. Back to ancestral work. So I talked about leaving them food, talking to them. If you pray to deities, you could interact with them that way, like the same way you pray. It's better of like opening up communication and being able to like listen. And what will come to you will depend on how you communicate with spirits a lot of the time as well. I find the ancestors come through pretty strong because their DNA is in you. So a part of them lives in you. They communicate through that. And to whatever extent they have that, like it imparts something within you when they speak. So, it's a little bit of a different experience, I would say, than just like working with a different spirit. But yeah, according to your ability, okay, to communicate with spirits, you will receive communication from them when you speak to them. It's important to ask them questions about themselves. Ask them questions about their life. I find that's really helpful. Like, have a conversation. It's not so much a good idea to, be coming at them like this, that, or the other, although you should. If you have a problem that you need help with, if you have something you need to overcome, ask for their help with it and they will come through. The work is up to you, but You'd be surprised how much you can get done when you feel like their support. It's like it strengthens something within you. It gives you a stronger, sturdier backbone. It really does that. It really does. So you want them behind you. So yeah, conversate. Ask them questions about their lives. If there's something you don't understand about a relative that's living, you can always ask them. They'll tell you things too. They will open it right up, like, this person is this way because this happened. Or, you may be able to see things. Like when you ask that question, it opens up your mind to wander and wonder. And wondering is, you can create stories as well. And don't discount that. What comes to your imagination when you ask a question about them. Like, your imagination will run wild. I mean, that's the whole glue of any like magical work, any spiritual work, like any type of, you have to make believe. You have to make believe. So if your imagination starts to run and you start to envision this, that, or the other, go with that. I mean, this is how they communicate. And you don't have to take it literally either, okay? You don't have to be like, I'm communicating with the dead right now. You just have to be open to receiving something from contemplating them. And that's the other thing, contemplate them. Think about the time they lived. Think about how old they were at this time and that time. Think about the major events they lived through and what major events happened that you don't know about that they lived through as well. I mean, come on. Get curious, wonder about them. And in turn, wonder about yourself. Wonder about what you've seen, what you're experiencing, what you've lived through. This is a signed album I have. A signed CD, Grace Petrie. Grace Petrie. This is in there. Terry, Solidarity. Well, that's nice. She's in solidarity with me. I like when people do that. Yeah, and this is I don't know why I have this 2-for-1 coupon at Helium. And let's see who is playing. I don't know what year this is from. Let's see. David Koechner, The Office, Anchorman. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly. It could be Koechner. Dave Attell, 2 Kids, 1 Hall. Okay, yeah, this was when I went to see. I went to this show, 2 Kids, 1 Hall, when Kevin McDonald and Scott Thompson performed. That was lovely, and I got to meet them. Oh my God. And you know what? Another plug, another shameless plug. They just released a new series of Kids in the Hall on Amazon. So yeah. I watched an episode of it today, and that was, I watched the first episode, and it was, it was funny. I don't know. It's just kind of, it's nice to, that whole nostalgia thing. But I'm sure they would appreciate me saying that. But I just love them all. They're so funny. They're so funny, and they really helped influence my humor. So that's maybe why I kept this, because I went to that show and a reminder of it. But how could I forget meeting them both? Oh, it's so lovely. And Scott, oh, he's so sweet. And this is from St. Christopher's Inn when I went to London and stayed at that hostel. Okay. Anyway, put these in here. Yeah, sorting this stuff out. Okay, so where was I with ancestral work? I'm going through my own stuff here while going through these images because they're all mixed up. Oh, that's sweet. There's me and my Aunt Rita. Then me and my cousins. I love this image. Did I show this to you? I think this is my Aunt Meg, which was my grandmother's sister. She was lovely. She looked like my grandmother, only much tinier. She was like a smaller version of her when I met her. I was so impressed. I was like, she looks like grandma, but she's not grandma. She was a wonderful lady. Nobody had a bad thing to say about her at all. And then nobody really has a bad thing to say about my grandmother either. And if they do, they cannot say it to me. Okay. Oh dear. Oh my goodness. Little photos of me. Little photos of me. They're both challenging and sweet. Oh, this is, my grandmother's children, and I think I don't know who it is at the end. I can't really be too sure. It's not everyone, but yeah. Okay. Yeah, letting yourself wonder, letting yourself wander, letting yourself envision what they lived through and how it affected them. I think sometimes we have a tendency to see we see our family members kind of one-dimensionally, and if you can kind of think about their lives a bit more, you start to have a bit more compassion and understanding and like respect for them as people. That's what I've found, and working with my ancestors has helped me to do that. I get to I get to think, about my living relatives with a lot more compassion. And then this, this photo's quality has gone down. Yeah, okay, we'll put these here. Okay, they're somewhat sorted. Although, will I throw them all back together again? We'll see. So yeah, working with the ancestors. And I still have room to put someone, but I'm gonna have to go through what I have. Oh, I don't like how that's doing that, so. How's he looking in that? I want him to be, yeah, there we go. All right. Okay, gotta slide this in like this. So, okay, and then this one over that. And then this goes and slides into it as well. Yeah. And so this is an example of a thing you can do. Now, setting up an altar to your ancestors is just like setting up an altar to any deity. You want to have the elements present, you want to have offerings, you want to have images or things that remind you of them. If your relative gave you a piece of jewelry or maybe, something that they, reminds you of them, you can put that, if you knew someone's favorite flowers, you could leave them there. You feel inspired one day to get daffodils and they were your whoever's, favorite flower. That is significant, and give it to them. Oh, I see what I'm doing here. That's a simple thing that you can do to really work with them. If you want to do something for them, like as a gift, you can give them things they enjoyed. Like I said before, candy, cigarettes, any type of drink they enjoyed, tea, canned, anything baked or anything you're cooking for yourself. Or even if you get like some, let's say you're celebrating something, like say you achieved something and you want to do something to celebrate, and so you get some food that you wouldn't normally get, that type of thing. Share that with them. Okay, where are we at? How does this look? Oh, Mark got moved over a bit. I don't like that. But other than that, it looks pretty good. Other than this little, okay. It's difficult. See, okay, there's a couple that need to be adjusted. Tiger, whoever you are, I would prefer you not try to take my video off of its course. So, if I wanted to talk about that kind of thing, that would be the title of the video. So, just kind of would appreciate that. But I'm wrapping up anyway, so. Okay. Let's see. I wanted to move Terry over slightly as well. Yeah, okay. Times 2. Oh, I haven't even taken this off of here. I wonder if that person and I went, that I read the postcard from, went to the same Goodwill. Wouldn't that be cool? Why? Why did these get moved around a little bit? Oh God, I just want it to look right. I guess I moved the photo of Mark, so yeah, I guess I get what I get, right? Like I said, spend time on and with your ancestors. Don't, this type of thing, getting it right is important. And I'm not saying that you should be a perfectionist about dealing with them or speaking to them or, working with them. No. But when you set up your devotional space, like try to make it lovely, try to make it a place that the older folks would want to visit, a place that's comfortable to them as spirits, a place that feels inviting. So, you want to think about color, you want to think about where it's located, that kind of thing is all very, very important. Okay, so let's see what I did wrong here and try to do it first. Oh God, they're moving around. Ah. No, don't move around. I just want it to look nice. That's all. And not too much to ask, but it looks nice. It's not. Okay. All right. I wonder if I should hold this down with something. I just, okay. Let's flip it. I don't feel like Mark's going to be getting a shot if I want him to be looking nice. So that's my uncle. That's a Tazi right there, and the Tazi men deserve respect. Damn it. Oh, are you crying about something? You're always complaining. Nothing ever good enough for him. Wish you want my attention again? Haven't I played with you enough? Where are you? Hey. Oh, he's testing me. He's testing me, y'all. All right. Let's try this again. Can we? Okay. Now let's see how we've done. All right. I think it is what it is. And it is pretty nice so far. Obviously, I still have a hole to fill, which I think I'm going to put, I'm going to get a picture printed off of another ancestor. And I may be, like I said, setting up another one of these. It would be nice to have a couple of my ancestors, or a few, because I know that there are images I have available of a good number of them that I'd like to have up if I can. So it's a start, isn't it? And I'm starting with what I have available just from my photograph collection. But yeah, this is going to go up and, be part of opening up the new space for my ancestors. So I'm very excited about that. They've been helping me kind of with decorating too, figuring out where I'm going to put things. This winter was kind of hard. So, I hadn't really fully unpacked, and I still haven't. I mean, there's still stuff to unpack and kind of boxes to be shedded and things to move around still and things to acquire. It's a work in progress, but I'm I feel like this was a good step in bringing more of that spirit and that home feeling into where I'm living for now. And yeah, I think that's another thing that this enables you to do. It enables you to give a sense of home. And it also helps you to access your ancestral home, the lands where they live in the spirit realm, the realm of the ancestors. This is why you want to give them offerings. This is why you want to, like I said, burn them that money, because it gives them a place to, it gives them resources they need in that realm. The energy they get from us here helps them to keep their space going. I mean, and this is why people work with them too. It's also about setting up, like, it setting them up helps to set us up in this life and the next. So I think it's critical, go through what you have, start thinking about creating a space for those who passed on. And you can put, this has, ancestors specifically relates to, your family, your kin, but I think it's acceptable if, like, you had a pet, or if you lost someone that was very close to you, um, to creating a space where you can go to speak and grieve and also, like, reflect. It can be helpful. I mean, it's also a place where we remember our own mortality, which is good to kind of stare in the face at times. It really is. It helps ground you when you know that this is temporary. So anyway, I'm done with this project for the evening. Thank you for being here, and thank you for listening to me while I talk about this stuff. And I highly encourage you to do the same. Get your ancestral spaces going and do that work and talk to them and communicate, open up the lines and see what is revealed to you. It will be very fruitful. All right. Thanks for watching. Bye. So I'm streaming here. I'm not sure where to. Oh, I see why I'm having trouble. Bye-bye.